Welcome to Lit with Ernest, where we dive into the lives and works of influential figures in literature. As a philosopher, writer, and student of Socrates, Plato's impact on literature and philosophy is still felt today. Born around 428 BCE in Athens, Greece, Plato was born into an aristocratic family. His father, Ariston, was said to be a descendant of the early kings of Athens, while his mother, Peraxion, was related to the famous Athenian statesman Solon. This noble lineage would later influence Plato's views on politics and social hierarchy. As a young man, Plato was heavily influenced by Socrates, who became his mentor and friend. The two would often engage in intense philosophical debates, which would shape Plato's thinking and writing style. After Socrates' death, Plato traveled extensively throughout the Mediterranean, visiting places like Egypt and Italy, where he encountered various cultures and philosophies. Upon his return to Athens, Plato founded the Academy, one of the earliest institutions of higher learning in the Western world. The Academy became a hub for philosophical debate, attracting scholars and thinkers from all over the ancient world. This is where Plato's most famous student, Aristotle, would later study and go on to become a prominent philosopher in his own right. His written works are primarily in the form of dialogues, where he explores complex philosophical ideas through conversations between characters. Some of his most famous works include The Republic, The Symposium, and The Apology. In these dialogues, Plato examines fundamental questions about reality, knowledge, ethics, and politics. One of Plato's core contributions is his theory of forms, which posits that abstract concepts like justice, beauty, and goodness are more fundamental than the physical world. He believed that these forms are eternal and unchanging, while the physical world is mere appearance. This idea has had a profound impact on Western philosophy, influencing thinkers from Aristotle to Immanuel Kant. Plato's work also built upon existing literary frameworks of his time. He was heavily influenced by Greek tragedy and the works of Homer, which he often referenced in his dialogues. At the same time, Plato challenged traditional views on politics and society, arguing that a just society should be governed by philosopher kings who prioritize wisdom and virtue over personal gain. From Renaissance humanism to modern existentialism, Plato's influence can be seen in many literary movements. One notable example of Plato's practical impact is his influence on the concept of the examined life. In The Apology, Socrates argues that the unexamined life is not worth living, emphasizing the importance of self-reflection and critical thinking. This idea has been echoed by writers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Martin Heidegger, who emphasize individual freedom and responsibility. To illustrate Plato's modern relevance, consider the concept of allegory of the cave from The Republic. In this famous passage, Plato describes a group of prisoners who are chained in a cave, facing a wall where shadows are projected. The prisoners believe the shadows are reality, but when one prisoner escapes and sees the true world outside, he realizes that his previous understanding was limited. This allegory has been interpreted in many ways, from critiques of social conditioning to explorations of perception and reality. As I reflect on Plato's legacy, I'm reminded of a conversation I had with a friend who's a philosopher. We were discussing the nature of reality, and he said something that stuck with me. The truth is not for all men, but only for those who seek it. That quote captures the essence of Plato's philosophy, the idea that knowledge and understanding require effort, dedication, and a willingness to question our assumptions. In conclusion, Plato's significance to literature and humanity cannot be overstated. As we navigate the complexities of our own world, Plato's work offers a powerful reminder of the importance of critical thinking, intellectual curiosity, and a commitment to seeking truth. That's all for today's Lit with Ernest. Like this episode if it hit true. Share it if you respect honest talk about books. Subscribe because we'll do this again. This is Ernest, signing off.